Hurricane Harvey occurred from around August 17th to September 3rd, 2017. The Category 4 hurricane had a diameter of 280 miles with winds of 130 miles per hour during its first landfall. It was then downgraded to a tropical storm and made another landfall near the Louisiana-Texas border. It was shocking because Hurricane Harvey actually busted the U.S. record for rainfall from a single storm, which dumped about 51 inches of rain in parts of Texas. In fact, the rainfall was so heavy that the National Weather Service had to add extra colors to its map to differentiate the areas getting more than 15 inches of rain. In the past, anything over 15 inches was maroon. Now the areas that got between 20 to 30 inches are purple, and areas hit more than 30 inches are light purple. So last year, in 2017 summer, I visited Allen Parkway in Houston, Texas. This driveway is right next to the Buffalo Bayou River. In the Google map attached below, Allen Parkway is highlighted in red. During then, this parkway was flooded, and people were not able to walk through at all. There are pictures of staircase going down to the grass field, but the area is submerged underwater. There are pictures of trees right below the road, which shows how deep the water has risen. I want you guys to try and remember the scenery, as I was able to see a glimpse of dead trees when I revisited this year. Here we are at Houston. This is pretty much Allen Parkway right here, and the Allen Parkway is located right next to the Buffalo Bayou River. And so pretty much today is August 15, which marks about a year from Hurricane Harvey last year. And we'll take a closer look near the river to see if we can find any remains of Hurricane Harvey. So right here you can see the Buffalo Bayou Park sign, and this is the park that we'll be taking a closer look. And as I've shown in the video before, last year my parents and I came here to observe a little bit of the flooding that was caused by Hurricane Harvey. Okay. The Buffalo Bayou River right there, and we're gonna go down and see, take a closer look. So as you can see, this is the Buffalo Bayou River, and if we take a closer look, we can actually see the remains from the flooding that happened last year. For example, we can see right there, I'm pretty sure these are still remains from last year, because during the Hurricane Harvey, the water pretty much rose up until the very top of that highway, or the road. And so let's take a closer look by going that way. There is a dead wood right there that is tangled into that road, and I'm pretty sure that is from Hurricane Harvey last year. I have a picture that I'll show it again, where the water pretty much rose to that level, and so I'm pretty sure that's how the wood got stuck that high. And if you can see, there is a sign over there, and this, I have a feeling because the water rose so high, the roads and the signs also fell, and I don't think anyone retrieved it since then. So this sign right here, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but I have a feeling because the water rose so high, we can still see the brown dirt that's still remained on the sign. If you can see, there's a wood stuck on that area, and so I want to say that these are proofs that the water rose up until that high. And so in one of the pictures, this was a staircase that we were looking at, but this area was completely covered in water, and we could not walk through here for several months after the hurricane. I think that's pretty much all the evidence we can find as of now. There's a couple of dead trees in that area, and yes, Well, thank you, Mom, for joining us today, too. And that's all we have. Thank you. Overall, I believe Houston handled it very well considering how many people were living in the city. Houston is the fourth largest city in America, and although people have been criticized, the Houston residents for not evacuating a city like Houston can easily turn into a secondary disaster. Death in Houston actually occurred in the evacuation as well, which some happened in cars while they were trying to evacuate by getting stuck in the flood. Without the financial resources, evacuation is a uniquely difficult experience, and about 22.5% of the population in Houston are living under the poverty line. The official messages, such as Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, have also been advising to stay put in their home and evacuate under their own precautions. This may have actually been the best solution due to how populated the city was and everyone was under different situations. As for the people living here, I believe we all came together and did everything we could have done to help out the city as well as help each other out. Over the weekend, the Houstonians were out in the street rescuing people by kayak and any other objects that we could all find to help people evacuate. People tried to do whatever they can to help each other, and many people broadcasted different news through social media. I believe Hurricane Harvey's natural disaster allowed us to see how we can all balance out the roles of what the government can do and what the citizens can do in order for a fast and efficient recovery. There are still people that are recovering from the damage, but we mostly all had a great attitude towards recovery and made the best out of the situation. However, one thing that I could criticize is that according to ABC News, about 80% of Texans didn't have flood insurance. I believe Texas handled the flood after it happened, but the government could have, on the long run, raised awareness several years before it happened. But this flooding/hurricane it's hard to understand how much one should be prepared for a natural disaster like this, because as we talked about it in class, insurance is not something everyone can afford, and one's financial situation can greatly change their preparedness for a natural disaster that may or may not occur during their lifestyle.